right, you guys good?
Hi, so my name's Ryan. Thank you all for coming and being here today. This is Emily Pishoud, Kaylee Anderson, Kaylee, and Bridget. So for our community outreach project, we have implemented 4 refillable water bottle stations around our school. In addition, we have also purchased reusable water bottles for our staff and each student at our school.
Point to the LCD. There you go. I know it's not included.
Maybe?
Oh yeah, and since there's a delay, I'm just going to add that this has been a 2-year project involving 2 teams as the one previous.
There you go.
So the reasons for making this project is because of water waste. 22 gallons of water is used to make 1 pound of plastic, which twice as much is used just to make 1 plastic water bottle. Manufacturing of plastic water bottles, it also interferes with aquatic and terrestrial ecosystems because of waste being dumped into waterways, but also the consumption of water. Bottles are made from a product called petroleum, which is a non-renewable resource and is one of the main contributors to air pollution. And bottles can concentrate toxins such as bisphenol A or BPA, which is leached into the water that we use. And then also, when manufacturing plastic water bottles, there are dioxins and PVC released into the atmosphere.
All right, so this is especially important in where we come from, Hillsdale County, because as you can see right here, we're right at the bottom. Due to glaciation, we actually have over 50 different kinds of soil just in our county. And our county is the southernmost point of northern species and the northernmost point of southern species, so it's basically a biodiversity hotspot. And it is the point of 5 major watersheds, so the Grand, the St. Joe of the Maumee, Kalamazoo, and the River Raisin.
One of our major goals with this project was to encourage our community and our students to drink more tap water as opposed to sugary beverages. And some of the many benefits of drinking tap water is that it contains 0 calories and 0 sugars. It's also a lot cheaper than buying bottled water or drinking sugar drinks. And tap water also contains fluoride, which reduces tooth decay and cavities. And it's also regulated under higher quality standards than bottled water because it's regulated under the EPA instead of the FDA. And the alternative drinks contain a lot of sugars, and they're usually sodas or flavored waters. And researchers have found that cola is associated with low bone mineral density due to its high concentration of phosphoric acid. And flavored waters also contain citric acid and fruit acids that cause tooth erosion. And sugar drinks like soda have been shown to be linked to heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and also obesity.
So when we made our project, our main goal was to educate the community about the reduction of using plastics, but also the importance of preserving the ecological quality of the water. So, and then we have fundraised money to install 4 of these water refill stations into our high school. So while we had this grand plan, there were several problems that came along with it, such as raising money. How are we going to fundraise it? How are we going to get all this money? For just 1 refill station, it costed about approximately $1,000. So in total, the project cost about $4,000, which including the plastic water bottles and stuff, the entire cost was $5,500. But also, we wanted to kind of clear about the misconceptions about that. Americans view tap water as unclean, it doesn't taste as well, it's rusty or dirty, but also ignoring the environmental effects of using plastic water bottles. We wanted to clear this misconception throughout our community, but and also our schools. Our affected groups that was with this project was the Hillsdale High School students, the staff, and our visitors, but also the Hillsdale County residents and businesses.
Some of our steps to our solutions is first we will educate the public about water quality and its importance. In addition, we will also be seeking out sponsors to implement more water bottle refilling stations. We will also be fundraising using these sponsors. We will host fundraising events in order to raise money for more bottles and refilling stations. We also encourage the use of these refilling stations as opposed to drinking sugary drinks such as soda or energy drinks.
All right, so to educate the public, we presented to the school board about the effects of plastic and plastic pollution and the benefits of tap water. And we also presented to our entire high school the same thing and presented our project to both of them. And we went to the middle school science night and we presented a watershed model, a groundwater pollution model, and we taught them about the water cycle and water and wildlife. So these demonstrations were spread by the Daily News and WCSR, which is our local radio station, and other organizations in our school. So here we have a picture of two of our members with one of the refill stations that were installed.
So in order to implement the water bottle refilling stations, we reached out to many local businesses and organizations within our community.
Okay, so the Hillsdale City Council, the Board of Public Utilities, and the Hillsdale High School staff and students all responded very well to our project, and they supported it immediately following our high school presentation. Almost every single student in our school actually went and used the station, and that was really incredible to watch all of them use it all that same day. And the Enviroscape models proved to be a very invaluable resource to teach. We brought it to the science fair to teach little kids, and it gave them a hands-on visual experience. They learned about Hillsdale watersheds because we had fun with them. And then, so our estimated refill station, our estimated bottles being prevented from being wasted or bought, we estimated would be 20,000. And then how much was actually used in 9 months was 16,700. You're good. So that's how much, that was in 9 months, so our estimation was pretty close to how much we're going to save.
So we have the numbers from each station there because each station displays the number of bottles prevented from being used or bottles filled on each one. So there we have the exact numbers. And we surveyed our high school and we asked them how many times per week do you use the filling stations. So 102 students said they used it 0 to 1 times a week. Then we had 299 say that they used it 2 to 4 times a week. And 67 said 5 to 10 times a week. And 4 said
10
over
plus.
10 a week, yes. And also our presentations have inspired many students to fill them at home as well. And we also asked them, do you buy less bottled drinks from the vending machine now that we have the filling stations? And 354 students said yes, and 118 said no. So that's over twice as many said yes. So that's a lot of bottled drinks that are prevented from being bought.
And then, so our water bottle conservation project is going to affect future incoming students at our high school because each new class receives their reusable water bottle each time new incoming freshmen come. And the Hillsdale community as a whole is more environmentally conscious because of our demonstrations. We've had several people come up to us and say they didn't realize they had such a big footprint on the earth. And so it's really brought about environmental awareness through our project. And the next slide is thanks to our sponsors that helped fundraise our project.
So do you have any questions?
Nice job.
So how many water bottles were distributed this year?
There was 1 water bottle for every student and every staff member.
So about 500.
About 500. And then you've been able to purchase a supply for future years?
Yes.
Do you-
Yes.
Yes, we
And so how far out were you able to go?
All right, so we just started this. This was the first year that we distributed water bottles, so we have a fund for next year, and each year we will have to continue putting money in, fundraising money into that. So next year, we will be using the money that we have in there right now.
And that will be kind of like a little mini project for the next and future environmental
All
teams.
right, good. So the environmental teams have kind of taken this on as a charge to continue supplying new students?
Yes.
and-
Yeah. it's more of a long-term project than just a short-term, one-year thing.
I had a question about, in your write-up, you indicate at one point that you had 3 water bottle filling stations, and in another area it says 4. How many did you have?
Like, because
We
we
do
have,
have 4.
yeah, we have 4, there's just 3 that have an actual reader on them. And then one of them's in the gym and it's just like a pull down. It doesn't have a meter on it. So that must have been which,
It's a slightly different style,
yeah.
But there's a total of 4.
Yes, there's a total of 4. With the one in the gym, at first it was just a drinking fountain. So what we did was we added in a spigot and a cooling system into that, so which made it into a water refill station.
Do you have any idea how many people are using that particular unit?
The one in the gym. Oh gosh, it's a few slides back because we have all the
So
4
that was a
different.
piece here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
How did you determine that if it
We
doesn't?
asked like the Hornet Power class, like we kind of went off like the pie chart. So that one, it was a rough estimate more so.
So the gym classes and any class they're generally in that class, we surveyed them and made an estimate based off of that.
What year are all of you in school?
We're all seniors except for.
Junior.
Junior. Very nice. I liked your confidence. I liked the way that you stood open and wide so that we could see what you were showing us on the screen. It was very well done. And I like the way that you answered honestly, whether you knew a question or not. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah,
Thank you.
for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you. Greatly appreciate it. We're excited.